Have you ever tried to consider what successful and rich individuals carry on their phones? A lot of people think rich persons use the same applications that everyone uses, such as checking their emails, browsing social networks, and perhaps playing games during their free time. However, the truth is actually very far from that. The rich, the entrepreneurs, the business giants, they utilize their phones not merely for communication purposes, but for helping them build their wealth. Their time management. I want to share a powerful insight about human beings. We are the product of our environment. No! We will be what we surround ourselves with. We will think what we think about every day. We will go in the direction of what we are using. If your phone is packed with apps that are designed for time-wasting activities, then that's what you will accomplish. If your phone is packed with apps that can make you rich, then that's what you will get rich in. This is a profound truth that few human beings grasp. The rich understand this principle very well, and that's why they design their digital lives. The first set of apps that affluent people rely upon is financial management and investment apps. These apps aren't casual. These apps are a means of serious money generation. Well, logically thinking about this, if you do not monitor your money, then you cannot possibly generate more out of it. Affluent people know that money isn't a stagnant body of water. Money will flow wherever the channels take it. They make use of apps such as Bloomberg, Terminal, eTrade, and Robinhood to keep a vigil on the minute activities of the financial market and make their investment decisions accordingly. They don't need their bank's quarterly report. They keep a constant eye on their investment and try to make adjustments wherever necessary. What's amazing about these financial tools is that they have democratized information. To have had access to this sort of financial information, you had to be a millionaire 20 years ago. Now, if you have a smartphone, this is at your disposal. Of course, the rich have adapted faster to using these tools well. They recognize that markets are based upon information and timing. Getting a 2-second jump start on everybody else can mean enormous profit. Getting a head start and then waiting until the next day may mean missing out completely. That's why rich people are inextricably tied to their financial applications. They're eating their breakfast, they're checking commodity prices. They're working out. They're looking at their investment performance. They're sleeping. They have alerts set up for major market movement. No, but what the rich do that the rest of us do not is the following. They do not just use these apps passively. They use them as a means of education. Every time they view a stock ticker, they think about why it's at that particular price. They view financial news articles. They analyze graphs and learn about economic indicators. They are lifelong students of how the markets work and how they can place themselves accordingly. It's a combination of all of the above that creates the wealthy. The app does not make a rich man rich. A rich man becomes rich because he learns about the app and bases his actions on that knowledge. Well, the second most important category involves productivity and time management tools. Here's a truth most people never understand. Time is a limited resource. It's something for which you cannot earn more of it. Trust me, it's better understood by wealthy people. They understand it in the same way venture capitalist entrepreneurs understand investment capital. They budget it wisely, watch it multiply, and eliminate any investment opportunity that's not producing ROI. Without productivity management apps like Notion, Todoist, and Evernote, and other apps like them, one can easily become lost in a web of ideas and projects. Because these apps act as external brains and record every single detail, so the person doesn't have to remember it in his or her head. Reflect on the mental toll of trying to recall every task that you have to complete on a daily basis. Some people have 50 things on their mental to-do list, and they always forget half of them. They spend mental energy wondering and worrying about whether they are going to forget something important or not. The rich eliminated this stress simply by doing everything through apps. If they have a task that they want to complete, they write it down right then and there. If they have something that they want to remember, they record it down appropriately. They can then use their brains for higher thinking and not have to spend mental energy remembering things. One of the main reasons why Notion has gained so much attention, especially among successful people, is it is much more than a note-taking tool. You can build databases, project management, hierarchical structuring of information, as well as share it with your whole workforce with Notion. It becomes the source of truth for an entire firm. Imagine having all your information in emails, on paperwork, on sticky notes, versus having it all in one place, easily accessible. That may look like a trivial matter, but let's tally up the time savings there with your whole team over a period of time. So it translates to enormous productivity. An individual alone saves 5 hours a week. That's 260 hours per year. That is more than 6 weeks of productivity. The productivity principle is much bigger than just organization. It's all about recognizing the distinction between busy and productive. Most folks confuse these two terms. They know that to accomplish something, an individual has to be busy. Many people spend the whole day doing something and feel exhausted as a result of that activity. They even feel that their hard work has resulted in nothing. Rich people understand that some activities are of utmost importance, while others are of less importance. They know that according to the Pareto principle, 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. Therefore, rich individuals only focus on the 20% of their activity. A productivity tool will help you understand what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. The third significant category is professional networking site. This is surprising to many people, but successful individuals are not successful due to their intelligence compared to others. Many highly intelligent people have never accumulated much wealth or power in their life. The difference is that successful people have created a large network of successful individuals as well. Your network is your net worth, as they say. LinkedIn is no longer a professional networking site for successful people who have accumulated wealth and created many options for themselves. They don't let their LinkedIn profile remain limited to their profile picture and their profile description. Let me tell you something about rich people that fascinates me. They're incredibly generous with their time and their expertise. They realize that it does not subtract from their own accomplishment. It multiplies it. They help people meet each other. They help people take advantage of opportunities. They become professional mentors for young professionals. They grasp that relationships are two-way. By doing for others with no intention of return, you create an obligation of appreciation, and this will repay you in ways you don't even anticipate. Someone you did a favor for 5 years ago can become a client, or a potential partner in business, or the source for another great opportunity. This is what networking is all about. Apart from LinkedIn, there exist apps such as Chaparral, which can be said to be a Tinder for business networking. These apps can be used for finding and meeting people who belong to your business network, people with skills that supplement your skills, people who have money to invest in your business, people who might be your business partners. Just imagine the vastness of resources that can be tapped through such people. Just a single conversation with such people can alter your whole life. Oh. I mean, this is something that rich people understand and for which they put themselves in positions to have such conversation. The fourth category involves those related to learning and the acquisition of knowledge. This category involves learned behavior because wealthy people are always eager to learn. Oh. Aye. They recognize that in an ever-changing world, their competitive advantage will be derived from their upside in the ability to learn faster than folks in their chosen marketplace. The tools they utilize in their drive to learn include Kindle for reading their books, Audible for reading audiobooks, and others like Blinkist to learn the fundamental concepts from books rapidly. Wow. The difference is evident since millionaires read an average of 50 to 60 books each year as opposed to an average person who does not reach the reading level of 1 per year. This translates to 500 books per decade. But here's the interesting part about wealthy individuals and reading. Wealthy individuals do not read for enjoyment. They read for purposes of comprehension. Wow. For example, when they read a book about business, they are reading with the intent of finding the application of the principles in their own context. When they are reading the biography of someone, they are reading to glean the principles of human behavior. They are reading a book on psychology to learn more about the behavior of their consumers. Oh no. They are reading the economics book to learn more about the behavior of the marketplace. They are reading the history book to learn more about the development of societies and civilizations. Audible is quite shrewd because it addresses the time issue perfectly. The average commute time is 30 minutes every day, 5 days a week. Which is a total of 2.5 hours every week, or 130 hours a year. If you use this time to listen to audiobooks, then you can read anywhere between 25 to 30 books every year just commuting to work. Add to it the time you spend working out, doing house chores, or simply going for a walk, and you can easily go past the 50-book-a-year milestone. This is what wealthy people do. The fifth type of app belongs to the health and wellness genre. The thing about wealthy individuals is that many folks believe they are simply trying to make more money. Yet, a truly wealthy person knows that the key to everything is health. You cannot enjoy money when you are sick. You cannot accomplish things at work when you are tired. You cannot make sensible decisions when your mental state is failing. A wealthy individual knows that their body and mind are priceless machines that need to be taken care of properly. They use apps such as MyFitnessPal for diet planning, Strava for fitness tracking, Calm and Headspace for relaxation and mental well-being, or any number of apps for sleeping better. Here's a key takeaway. Many of the most successful individuals in this world meditate every day. Bill Gates and Bill Ford of Ford Motors meditate. Elon Musk and Steve Jobs of Apple meditate. Oprah Winfrey and Beyoncé meditate. Why would so many of the most successful and busiest people in this world take time out to meditate? Wow. Perhaps meditation is among the most valuable uses of time on earth. Highest return on investment. 15 minutes of meditation can reduce stress and improve your concentration and creativity and control over your emotions. A jittery mind is a poor decision maker. A serene mind is a better decision maker. Wow. Successful people know this and guard their meditation time as they would a valuable investment. Sleep is another area where elites perform better. They know that sleep is when your brain locks away memories, flushes out toxins, and fixes itself. They don't trade their sleep for more hours to work, but rather understand that quality sleep correlates to quality work. They use sleep tracker applications to track not only their sleeping hours, but also to check how they are sleeping and to improve it if possible. Elwin says, the elites may decide to change the bedroom's temperature, their bedtime routine, reduce screen use before going to bed, or change the times when they exercise to get quality sleep. Elwin adds, wow. The sixth category includes travel and lifestyle management solutions. Rich individuals tend to travel quite often for business and pleasure reasons. They hold global business meetings, they travel to attend global events, and they take long vacations to exciting locations. Organizing all this could use smart solutions. Solutions such as TripIt are designed to centralize all your travel arrangements at one place. Flight arrangements, hotel booking, car rental arrangements, dinner bookings at restaurants. Such solutions help you remember your check-in times and also inform you about any change in your flights. Such organizing may not look very significant, but trust me, for someone who travels often, such organizing will save quite an amount of time and agony. There are applications such as Hopper that assist wealthy travelers in finding flight deals. Hopper does not involve random checking of flight prices. It monitors flights and notifies a person when there is a reduction in prices. No! It might not mean much money to a person who spends a lot of time traveling, but such money can be substantial when added over time. Apart from the money issue, there is the issue of time. You do not have to spend much time scouting for different flight alternatives. The application does that for you. Some rich individuals will also use an app like Lounge Buddy just so they can access the lounge. Oh no! If you ever find yourself stuck in airports for a number of hours, you will appreciate the difference between sitting in a crowded airport terminal versus sitting in a lounge where you get free food, comfortable chairs, and strong internet access. It's more than just the comfort factor. A businessman will be able to complete necessary phone calls and emails while sitting in a lounge, but would find it very stressful sitting in a crowded airport terminal. The seventh category deals with applications involving privacy and security. This is because rich individuals are well conscious of the fact that they have valuable assets which they need to protect. No! They use applications such as 1Password for password management, NordVPN, or equivalent applications that secure the internet connection, and applications such as Signal for secure communication. 1Password is very useful. Most people have multiple online accounts with multiple passwords. Many people use the same passwords for multiple accounts. This is extremely risky. If hackers gain access to an account, they gain access to all accounts. Others attempt to memorize complex passwords, and this is very difficult. 1Password is very handy because it can create unique passwords for multiple accounts. You would only need to remember one password. This is much safer than any other human recall-based solution can ever be. No! VPN applications are a must for any individual that is working with sensitive data. If you access the internet through the use of a VPN while connecting to the internet through a public network, you should know that everyone in the network has access to your sensitive data. Such individuals might include hackers that can intercept your passwords, your messages, financial details. Now, using the VPN application makes your data invisible even if the hacker manages to intercept the data. It is mandatory for wealthy individuals. Signal. The messaging service allows end-to-end encryption of all communications. The fact that neither Signal nor anyone else can read your messages means that this messaging service differs from normal text messaging, let alone other messaging services available today. Such capabilities make this service ideal for all those people involved in carrying out their business dealings at a high-level deal or sharing sensitive information. And it ensures that your communications remain private. Now let's put all of these ideas together to discuss what really sets apart people who are rich from people who are not. It's not as if they have some secret app that no one else knows about. Many of these apps are available to everyone who has a smartphone. It's their philosophy of using technology that sets them apart. Now, every app they have is for a reason. Every app is... They are not mindless users of social media who waste hours upon hours of time. They are not people who play games to pass time. They are not people who download apps simply because they are popular. Think about it from another perspective. Imagine that your smartphone is like a business and you're the CEO. And, well, what kind of staff would you like to have in your business? Would you like staff who distract you from what you're attempting to accomplish? Staff who distract you with activities where both of you are fulfilled? Staff who tempt you towards activities when you're not with them, but are with them when you're with them, if you know what I mean. Of course, you wouldn't. Wow. You'd like staff who help you achieve your aims. Staff who help you become better at what you're doing. Staff who help you succeed. That's what rich people see when they look at their app. Each app is like an employee, helping them achieve their aims. I have to share something important about forming good habits. You don't become rich by making the right decision only once. You don't remain healthy by exercising only once. You don't become smart by consuming knowledge only once. The key to success is to develop small good habits that can be accumulated over time. That's why rich people build good habits. Habit is an activity that gets automated. It doesn't count on your will or decision. It's something that you only do because that's what you do. Hey. Wow. If you use your productivity tools on a daily basis, then the tracking of your tasks and your goal becomes a habit. If you use your financial tools on a daily basis, then checking your investments will become a habit. If you use your learning tools on a daily basis, then reading or learning would become a habit. Habits stacking is a term used to define this exact principle of replacing one habit with another habit in the same environment or situation. You start off the day by waking up and skipping social media and immediately starting your finance app or productivity app. And you are using the treadmill and skipping music and substituting it with an audiobook or a podcast related to education or other subjects. You are eating lunch and skipping aimless surfing and reading something productive or informative to add to your knowledge base. Oh no. You are in bed and skipping TV and using it as a downloading station for a guided relaxation or meditation app to improve mental clarity and calm. There is also an important psychological component in this. By using the apps that fit your goals, you are achieving more than the app's benefit. You are also strengthening your identity. If you are using personal finance tools on a daily basis, you are strengthening your identity as a person who is interested in finances and building wealth. If you are using education tools, you are strengthening your identity as an education seeker. If you are using health tools, you are strengthening your identity as someone who is interested in their own health. Eventually, your identity changes, and your activities will be designed in accordance with your identity. This is why rich people get richer. They identify themselves as wealth builders, and their activities are designed around this identity. Let me tell you about something that's called the 2% rule. If you can improve 2% every day, just 2% every day, the compounding effect is staggering. After a year of improving 2% a day, you've improved about 74%. After 3 years of improving 2% a day, you've improved about 5 times what you used to be. Oh. Hey. Ow. Hey. After 5 years of improving 2% a day, you're more than 30 times better than when you start. That's not a metaphor for somehow getting better. That's mathematics. Apps used by rich people are built to allow for that kind of improvement. However, the problem with trying to improve is that it requires consistency, and consistency is hard to come by. Things get busy, roadblocks come up, motivation dwindles. This is where the apps come into play. A productivity app tracks your progress towards your goal, helping you stay on track. Hey, I need to get back to work. A productivity app reminds you. An investment or financial app tracks your progress towards financial success. Hey, I've reached a milestone, a financial app tells you. Hey, this kind of progress is what gets people moving towards a goal. I've been consistent for 30 days, a progress chart tells you. This kind of progress is what gets people to continue trying. Check out what I've accomplished. A learning app tells you. This kind of progress reinforces positive behavior. I've worked towards a goal. A learning app tells you. What? This kind of progress. There is also something important about environment and its impact on our behaviors. Psychologists have shown us time and time again that human beings are greatly affected by their environment. Your environment will make you a distracted person if that is how your environment is. Your environment will make you a productive and learning person if that is how your environment is. Your phone is an environment. The applications available in your environment will make you behave in a certain way. For instance, if your phone has a lot of social media applications, then you will spend time on social media. Rich people have mastered their environment and have made sure that this environment helps them achieve their values. Now let's delve deeper into the financial part, as this is where things get real. Financial knowledge and management is an art, and like any other skill, it requires practice and study. Those who think they can't dedicate their time to finances since they are either dull or complex are essentially poor people in the making. They are refusing to learn an essential skill for everyday life. Those who are rich, however, have already decided that they will learn this essential skill. They learn about markets and instruments, economic theories, and they use financial tools, not for their intended purposes, but for enhancing this skill on a daily basis. When you check your financial app and find that a stock's value has increased, you might ask yourself what's behind it. You will analyze the news about the company, the reports from analysts, and the reason and effect relationship. This is part of developing your financial intuition. When you identify a stock that has dropped drastically, you will investigate whether it is the right time to buy it or whether the drop indicates that there's a problem with the company. This is how you train yourself to assess investment. When you monitor your portfolio's performance compared to the markets, you will discover whether your approach is right or whether you need a correction. And here's something that most people do not understand. You don't have to be a genius to become wealthy through financial investment. All you need is to be disciplined and consistent in your approach to financial investment. Well, most of the world's wealthiest individuals have never become wealthy through stock market brilliance. Rather, through consistent financial investment in a well-diversified portfolio of money-making assets. Warren Buffett, one of the world's shrewdest financial investors ever, recommends that most individuals simply invest in index funds. However, a financial application ensures this routine is easy to maintain as it keeps an individual in touch with the financial accounts, thus ensuring a reminder that one's financial approach does not falter. Oh no. It is also important to discuss something that does not receive much attention, and that is the mindset change that comes with the apps. With a productivity app, you are not a person who tries to remember everything. You become a person who has a system for managing information. With a finance app, you are not someone who hopes for the best with money. Instead, you are someone who actively manages your investments. With a learning app, you are not someone who would like to read more but doesn't have time. Instead, you are someone who learns every single day. All this links to what psychologists describe as the self-determination theory. Human beings require 3 basic psychological needs: autonomy, the need to feel control over your life; competence. Applications that meet these 3 needs are highly motivational. Applications dealing with money meet your need for competence. You gain the competence of money management. Applications which improve your working efficacy meet your need for autonomy. You feel control over your working hours and tasks. Applications related to acquiring more knowledge meet your need for competence. You gain the skills and knowledge you need. Applications meeting your exercise needs or helping you connect with people meet your need for relatedness. You feel related because you're able to connect with others. I want to tell you about the concept of time. It is essential that you grasp the following about time. Time is the most valuable resource you have. You can't earn money. You earn time. And the time you earn is a certain quantity. After that quantity is over, the time is gone for good. That is why the wealthy work so hard to protect their time. They know that the more time you spend on higher value activities compared to the time you spend on lower value activities is exponentially greater. Oh no. Even the best productivity apps cannot create time for you. They only help you use the time you have for what's important. Let me give you an example. Chances are you have a morning routine, and spending that first hour sets the tone for your entire day. If you start that hour checking your social media and your emails, you are beginning your day reactively. Well, you're answering everyone else's priorities before you answer your own. If you start that hour evaluating what your goals are, what you want to accomplish today, and tackling your most important task, you are beginning your day proactively. You're taking control. This difference may not seem like it's going to make or break you, but in a year's time, it's 250 hours of difference. No! That's over 6 weeks of intentional hard work that someone else is not doing. The rich people I am talking about aren't superhumans. They don't have more time in a day than you. They aren't smarter or more talented than everyone else, though a few may be. What they are is intentional. They've set out a plan and made a space that fits that plan. The apps enable that plan. Well, they make it easier to act in line with your values and goals. Okay, let me talk right now about the concern that these apps lack humanity or somehow lower the level of humanity. That is just wrong. The things that help you function better are things that set you free to have more humanity. If you're not stressing about whether or not you're forgetting important things, then you're more fully present with the people you're with. If you're not stressing about your money, then you're more able to be concerned with building relationships, not with survival. If you're healthier, more full of energy, more able to accomplish things, then you're able to contribute more to the people around you, people you care about. There is also the issue of implementation. If you are a reader of this blog and are currently overwhelmed because you are not using any of these tools, then you must simply begin with one of them. And the easy answer to this question is to begin in the category of the issue that currently most concerns you. If you are most concerned about your finances, then begin in the financial category. If you are most concerned in your life because of your disorganization and feelings of overwhelm, then begin in the productivity category. And if you are most concerned because of feelings of isolation or stagnation in your life, then begin in the networking category. If you are most concerned because of your physical issues, then begin in the health category. Give this one category 2 weeks of intense focus, trying it every single day. This piecemeal approach works much better in the long run than if you try to change your whole digital world in a single week. It's also less intimidating. Researchers have discovered that when new behaviors are introduced bit by bit, more individuals will stick with new practices. Let's continue with one more thing, which is also very significant. You need to integrate these apps with what you really love doing and care for in life. If you don't care for investment at all, for instance, you won't find it helpful to install an investment app to take action with it. If you care for wealth creation, an investment app is of immense use to you. What? If you don't care for learning at all, an education app is a burden to you for sure. This is how I get to a very important part of the discussion, identifying what you truly want to get from life. People drift through life without any idea what they are doing or where they are going. They end up doing what is expected, what is convenient, what is available right now. Wealthy people don't work that way. They are goal. They know what they want from life, what kind of life they want to live, what kind of person they want to be, what kind of impact they want to make. Once you know what you want to get from life, you can choose what kind of habits you want to create using these apps. Let me tell you a secret about highly successful individuals I have observed in my years. They are learners. Let me rephrase this. They are curious. They like to ask questions. They read. They listen to podcasts. They attend seminars. They have mentors. They analyze other highly successful individuals to see how they can adapt their success. They don't feel threatened if others succeed. They feel that success is attainable and that they can learn from this success. The learning applications I have mentioned above are ideal tools in instilling this type of attitude. There's also a point about perspective that's worth noting. Most people view the phone as a means of communication or a means of entertainment. Wealthy individuals view it as an instrument of business, an investment tool, a learning tool, and a health management tool. It's just a phone. It's the perspective that changes. If you can just shift your perspective on how you view your phone as a means for creating wealth and changing your life, you will find yourself automatically drawn towards the right tools on the phone that will enable you to achieve that end. I also want to include an observation about the psychology of wealth. People with wealth tend to think about systems and processes, not about specific action. They realize that their wealth is not due to occasionally making brilliant moves, but due to having good systems and processes that they follow on an everyday basis. A financial app is part of the system for creating wealth. A productivity app is part of the system for being effective. A learning app is part of the system for continuous improvement. Health apps are part of the system for longevity and wellness. When one starts thinking about systems and processes instead of actions, one starts thinking like a rich person. What I want you to take away from all this is that your life is the sum of all your habits every day. You are not what you set out to be. Hey, you are the person who shows up every day and gets the work done. You are the person who looks at their investment app even when the market is down. You are the person who looks at your productivity app even when you are stressed. You are the person who reads a few pages from the book even when you are exhausted. You are the person who exercises even when you do not want to exercise. These tools that rich people use are simply a set of apps that make it easier to be the person you want to be. They're not magical. They don't work when you don't use them. But when used repeatedly, they can be very powerful. They influence what you do every day and amplify over time to produce phenomenal effect. So here is what I want to leave with each of you. Take one of these types of apps and start using it tomorrow. Download it to your phone and go. After 30 days, you might not have changed the world or transformed your entire life entirely, but what you will have is a brand new habit. What you know? And the most important thing is to remember, starting is what matters most, Jane said as her message wrapped up to a standing ovation. Every person who has done something great in life began where they are now. They began with one decision, one app download, and one day of action. They didn't know it would work out. They only started and made it work because they took the next action, and then the next one after it, because they wanted to change and grow and become something amazing in life. The life you want is available to you. It isn't a life that other people get because they were born with more talent or more money or more luck than you were. It is available to you through the decisions you make every day and the systems you create. And the first step towards this life just involves downloading one of these apps and deciding that you will use them every day for the rest of your life. Apps don't change your life. Your decision to use them does. So start today. Pick one, download it. Use it tomorrow and the next day afterward. That is all you need to do. The compounding will take care of the rest.